Hey, 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 hey. Black excellence, black beauty, and black pride. Black power from all diasporas coincide. Progressive truth and regression eventually collide. May the beauty of the people no longer be set aside. May the black queen's grace continually mesmerize the millions who couldn't see it when looking into her eyes. And the black man's plight no longer be the disguise. Oppression, emasculation, they wanna castricize him. Take him away from the black queen, put him inside prison for slave labor, he institutionalized. Wondering on the outside, is she willing to ride? Is she willing to ride? Is she willing to fight for the love, even despite the fact that he doing time? Love that conquers all will never fade with time. If she don't choose the love that appreciates every life, his flame might get dim and he may eventually...
The Urban Impact Show is sponsored by Green and Wood Media Services. Green and Wood uses digital media to help businesses, political campaigns, and organizations grow while increasing their community impact. Green and Wood Media is pleased to offer a digital media buying fellowship to train, develop, and mentor young people interested in digital media, politics, and advertising. Learn more at greenandwoodmedia.com.
I'll say that. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. We are live from the studio in Windsor Heights. This space is available for private events. You can call with questions. I know that's the camera, but I gotta read. That is so funny. Yeah, it did. Okay, it's all good, y'all. Just so y'all know, we are live from the studio in Windsor Heights. This space is available for private events. Call or text with questions, 515-996-0326. Again, Urban Impact Show is live from the place called The Studio, and that is the actual name, yes. The Studio in Windsor Heights. It is available for private events, so please call or text with questions, 515-996-0326. Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. What up, Brittany?
What's up?
How you doing today?
Good. How's it going?
Man, look, it's been a long few days.
Tired.
Yeah. What up, Duana?
Hey, what's up? I got cookies.
Well, you got cookies?
I got cookies. I don't need to eat these cookies.
Who you got behind you, though?
I have Miss Rosie behind me. Wave at everyone, Miss Rosie. Miss Rosie is selling Girl Scout cookies, and I'm going to show you what we got because I know y'all be trying to order them all. We don't have every single kind. So we have Toastier. Am I saying that right? Yeah, Toastier. We got lemonades, and we've got... My favorite, I can eat a whole pack in one setting. Shortbread cookies. There's something addicting in these. I don't know what it is, but we got shortbread. So here's the deal. Rosie is going to be up here with her beautiful mom, Brandy, to sell these cookies. So if you want to come to the studio, you can. Where are we located again, Rob?
We are located at the studio in Windsor Heights.
All right. We are in Windsor Heights at the studio. Or you can cash out Brandy. She can set up a way to meet with you. It's Claudia Young Head. That's her Cash App. And then her Venmo is, let me get it right, at Claudia Brandy -Young. That's CLAUDIA BRANDIE -Young YONG. So make sure you hit them up so they can sell these cookies. They want to get rid of them, and this is the last week. Let's support Rosie today here at the Urban Impact Show.
So is today the last day, or we have this entire week to get cookies?
We have the rest of the week. The 26th.
Okay, so basically till Wednesday, because that's the cutoff is Wednesday. Try to get your cookies. We got Rosie right here in the studio. Come on up and support these young entrepreneurs. Just pull around back.
Yep.
You know, boxes of cookies are $5 a piece. So just bring a 20. No need to get cash back. And let's make it happen.
Let's hope we get rid of them.
Yeah.
All right.
I've already bought $50 worth of cookies. I know we just bought some cookies.
I just spent $35 yesterday on top of the ones so every Girl Scout I know, I've bought a cookie from because I feel like I should support what they're doing.
Right.
And then I went to Ankeny and bought more.
Here's the thing. Forgive me, because I'm sure somebody's probably going to say something. But I don't know many Girl Scouts. Rosie's the only one I'm like really connected to, you know, and that's my girl, you know. So I'm like, if your daughter has Girl Scouts and selling cookies, I didn't know about it, so
So what
Brandy
Rob is
sings
saying,
it to me.
yeah. So
you know?
Rob is saying if you don't reach out to us, so we don't want to hear anyone saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
so how did you pick Rosie?"
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
my niece sells them too, but hers are all gone, so she doesn't have any more to get rid of. So Brandy's gonna make sure she speaks up for her daughter, and she was like,
right.
"We got to get rid of these cookies." And it's changed. So I used to be a Girl Scout, and it used to be that we would top seller here, but just want to make sure
I
y'all
love that.
Throw
just
that in
make
there.
sure y'all knew that, okay, top seller. But we would just go, door to door and just sell them.
Yeah.
Now the Girl Scouts don't you have to buy them ahead of time? Yeah, you have
get
to
your
buy
money
them
back?
ahead of time, and basically what you have, you buy yourself. So there is no like giving them back, right? You got to buy them. So it's really important. We want to help out Rosie because her mom wants to make sure that they're all sold. She does not want to have to purchase these. So again, next year, if there's Girl Scouts that you have, you want to come to the studio, we can swap them out every week, but we just don't want anyone saying we're showing favorites because I don't really know any other Girl Scouts either. And the ones I do know, I've already bought cookies from. So I'm just saying that.
All right, y'all. We have a special guest in the house, Ms. Mina Jones, and we're gonna take a quick break. And we're gonna take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to be talking to our guest in the house, Miss Mina Jones. So we're just gonna take a quick little break, and then we'll be right back. You're watching the Urban Impact Show.
Yay!
All right now.
And welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. Man, this has been a long week for me, man. Y'all pray for Eli. He has this RSV stuff going on.
Poor
Let me tell you, it's
baby.
scary when you sit there and you watch them struggle to breathe, man.
And they can't tell you what's wrong.
No, and
So you
the
have to try
ER has know me by name now.
I'm bad.
Independent which
Even they
ER you go
bored.
to.
I done called the board.
I know you did.
Even each-
I know you did.
Whether
Call
each
the board.
ER you go to, you probably have to make them do like,
Yeah,
no, you're gonna check my
Yeah.
baby out. This is not working. That's
Yeah.
not working.
Yeah, it's been.
Hope he gets better.
Yeah, and his mom dealing with two sick kids. Both with RSV, both struggling to breathe. 2-year-old happened to take the pump and everything. Man,
Oh, we're praying.
Yes.
crazy. I'm not gonna lie though, I was like anxiety on him.
I know how you feel. When you sent the message that you sent, I was like, oh, he's struggling. Yeah, that's why I messaged you. Like, I know the feeling.
So anyway, y'all, shout out to all of you all who are watching. Please go ahead and press the share button right now. We were just talking about Rosie and her Girl Scout cookies and her being an entrepreneur. But we have an entrepreneur in the house right now. I am so honored to have Miss lovely Mina Jones on our show.
Yay. Nina Jones.
That is what's up. Man, so Brittany, I know you want to kick us off with some questions.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. I watched your video, very inspiring story, just kind of how you got into real estate and your story. But for our viewers, maybe who haven't, give us a little, introduction into Mina's world.
Alrighty. Well, I am Mina Jones.
Sounds like a new YouTube.
I know, Mina's world. Oh,
That's a good vlog. Like every day, you can vlog yourself daily.
Yes, because it's definitely a struggle sometimes. I'm a single mother of 3, but I am Mina Jones. I'm licensed to sell real estate here in Iowa. I service the Des Moines area, but a big part of my business is bridging some of those gaps in Black home ownership. So in that, I do. I'm part of the Oh goodness, diversity committee for the Iowa Association of Realtors, and I'm also on the One Economy SIT team, which that's just a big old thing that we're just trying to bridge some of those gaps. So, and with that, it can be tough because I have to stand strong for my people and say this, and everybody doesn't agree, but I do get a bunch of support as well.
Yeah.
So it has been very rewarding doing this thing. I've been doing this for about 2 years. In the summer of 2020, when George Floyd was killed, I protested for about 3 days. And the third day, I said, I can't do it this way. But I was in the midst of taking my real estate classes, and I just decided this would be my protest. So I'm fighting as hard as I can. I have 3 beautiful children. I'm a single mother, and we are just trying to build as a family and just, do great things. Good. Yes.
Well, shout out to you. We talked about in 2020 how something changed for, I don't know, I'll say blacks, just 2020 shifted things, and you'll find that many people started their own businesses or they decided to make some shifts and changes. So talk a little bit about why home ownership is so important. It's something that we really don't talk about a lot in our community, but I think it's really important to own your own stuff. So talk a little bit about why that's important.
To me, home ownership is important because it's nice. It's like they call it the American dream, right? So America has been built around home ownership, and a lot we don't have the education, but I mean that gets you generational wealth. People are sending their kids through college with home ownership. They're taking loans, taking vacations, and without that, we don't know about that wealth and that equity that kind of builds with that. So home ownership is a big thing, and so when I start doing this, I start reading some of the numbers, and a lot of those numbers are in the same as they were in 1968 when the Fair Housing Act got passed. And when I started doing my research on that, I said, okay, there has to be something that could be done. I'm a bit aggressive when I get in those Zoom calls. And they're like, you think you know it all. And it's not that I think I know it all, but I know what it feels like to come from the lack.
And sit on the other side.
I've seen the other side, and now I get to be on this side. So I'm going to fight hard. I fought hard to survive in that other side, so why wouldn't I fight hard on this side? Definitely. So it's very, very important. And if anybody does have any home ownership questions, I can definitely answer them. Some other great things I do, like I have clients that I've been working with for like 14 months. We build their credit. I do home ownership counseling, different things like that, just to really make us prepared, because if you're not taught these things, you just don't know. And so I understand the lack that there is, that we might not know everything. So I'd be patient and I'd be kind. And I'm a black girl, so we're gonna have a good time as well. But we're gonna get you in your home, and I'm gonna get you the best that I can get you.
Yeah, I think that's important too for people to hear that home ownership is possible. Because I think what happens is people who have messed up their credit. I mean, I'll be the first to say I don't have the best credit in the world, and you get discouraged when you're in that position where you don't have good credit. You're trying to rebuild, and you feel like no one will give you a chance because you're like, but now, like where I was 2 years ago,
I'm a different person.
Now I'm a different person, so I can definitely do this. So, can you just speak a little bit to why that's possible, but also the work that would is entailed in, like, yes, you can build your credit. It doesn't happen overnight, and kind of the patience that goes into that process.
It definitely takes patience. I love that you said that, because it definitely takes patience. It takes self-discipline. We've been conditioned to think that, well, we don't have much, so let's look good. Let's have the best car, even if that car payment is $400 to $500 a month. Let me make sure I don't miss a shoe. Let me make sure I don't miss clothes, and we may not have it. Some people are selling their government assistance just to look good. So we have to really come out of that mindset that we've been trained to be in. And I'll be the first to say that we were trained to be in that mindset. I don't sugarcoat it at all, because it was systematically done. And people are like, the system's broken, it's working the way that they planned for it to work. So it takes just some discipline, doing things a lot different in your finances, saying no to yourself and to things. And I've had to learn this too, because like I said, I came from surviving. So my credit jacked up, you know, when I first started this, and my finances, and I got a financial coach to kind of help me get through these things, because when you start getting those commissions, when you've been broke for so long, you getting these big old $4,000 or $5,000 checks, you know, you're like, whoa, you know, you're getting tax refund after tax refund. And y'all know how it is in tax time.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, to get things like that, I really needed a lot of help with myself with discipline. So my clients or anybody that I'm talking to, I use tips that I've used for myself that work.
And I think one of the biggest things that you said is just showing our community that it's possible, because people don't teach us that. We don't learn that in school. We don't see, you know, our parents. Like, I can think of a few family members that own homes, like even from growing up. And now I'm in my journey of trying to buy a home, and I think I had to come to terms with, like, it's possible. You know, it's like you can have money, you can have a job that makes a lot of money, but it's just kind of scary to think of buying a home. That's a big responsibility. So
It's huge.
Yeah, it's a huge responsibility, and it's a huge, you know, a lot we hear. It's people's biggest purchase of their life most of the time, unless you're a millionaire and can do things like this. But this is the biggest step of faith you're probably going to take.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you feel really accomplished once you know, think about, like, I think about things that I feel accomplished in my life. Owning a home is one I haven't felt yet. So it's like, I'm excited to even go through the process.
And to watch my clients, you know, get excited about that. And like you said, it's possible. That's the main thing. And for me, I get nervous. You know, I still got those. I'm like, oh, I hope we can do this. You know, I get scared. I try not to let my clients see that, and I try to walk through them and give them strength. But it's definitely possible. And there's so many things right now that are rolling out. Like you said, 2020 revved up everybody.
Yeah, it put lit a fire.
Black community. It let people see, okay, these people are struggling. And why is this happening in this country?
Right.
So there's things coming out. There's grants and help with loans, and you know, there's so many things just coming along the way. I have a couple events myself that I'm planning just to do some home ownership counseling and, you know, tell people step by step how to do these things. And when I have those dates, I will definitely
let us know.
Yep, so we can promote it a little bit here. But it's possible and it's doable. And to work with the Black community every day and see my people buying houses and having those dreams, and me being patient with them when they're like, hey, I want to give up now. This has been a long time. You know, we've been doing. To be that one to kind of have that support and say, no, we can do this. Let's do it this way. And then closing day, when I'm able to pass those keys, it's amazing. Yeah.
It's a very daunting process when you look on it. And I think what makes people nervous is that at the very last moment, an underwriter can still pull the deal from the budget. Right? You done given your 30-day notice for your current location. You done booked movers and everything, get ready to go, and you get told, due to some debt to income ratio percentage that they done came up with today, that the underwriter has now pulled this deal from up under you. What do you say to people who, you know, are feeling that discouragement?
It's very discouraging. As a realtor, to look at a client and tell them, hey, we've done all this work, but it's not going to happen, is discouraging. But as that person, to be in those shoes, it's unimaginable what you're going through. And I've had this happen to a client before. And, you know, I'm still holding her hand, kind of trying to help her through the process. And she didn't lose faith. And I think because I come strong with God, I'm not like super religious, but I'm spiritual. I love God. I love the Spirit. I know that He's real. So I come with that. I lead with that a lot of my ways. But we just find you know, alternatives. What can we do? If what can we do? How can we make this better? Push out the closing date if we have to, because I've been in situations where we had to move the closing date 3 to 4 weeks to make sure that this went through. So try to find creative ideas in our line, you know, in our area we say finessing, but we try to come up with creative ideas. That's how the lenders say it. So trying to figure out what creative ideas we can come up with to make this thing work. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I do have a client that the whole deal crashed on. And me personally, I just try to walk with my client through that type of process, because it is extensive. You know, they're going to be all up in your business, want to know everything. I mean, W-2s, car payments, if somebody gives you a gift, their bank statements. I mean, it is, they dig in it. It's very, very deep. And that's why I feel like it's a system, because, you know, y'all knew, y'all, you know, but we ain't gonna go there.
You know, the time and place, the baby came out your coochie. They want to know.
How many ounces of blood was lost? I mean, they want to know.
Placenta at today.
Yes.
You know.
Can we locate it if we needed to see it?
Can we contact the hospital, make sure you were there?
Was it really you? Matter of fact, let's see birth certificates.
You know,
for birth of y'all.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's very deep.
No, I'm just laughing because I'm like, maybe I don't want to go through this process.
Right.
Maybe I'll wait.
Process, you know, but it's so worth it, and it's rewarding, and you build equity. Like, you build your money. It's not like a car; it doesn't depreciate. Houses grow and grow and grow. You get a chance to resell it, even if you have a mortgage. So, say you buy a house for $150,000, it's grown. 20,000 in equity, so now it's worth 170,000, and you're
So
like, hey,
that means that the land value has increased.
It has increased
in that area. So for those who don't know, equity is the land value increasing in that area from what time you bought it to the time that you getting ready to sell it. Just I like to
go ahead, break it down.
No,
break it down.
good.
That's perfect.
People will say, well, what is that?
Right. And how that?
So okay, so when it increases, and say you're ready to sell it, you might owe 80,000 of that loan that was originally 150,000. You can still sell your house, and somebody will grab the loan, but now you get, you know, the minus 80,000. Come on, minus 80,000 from 170. Now you get that in your pocket. So you still have
90,000.
Yep. So you still have chances to grow. You still have chances to
purchase something else.
Else. If your family expands, so it is really the way of life. And it's just the way that America was built. Was really for you to own a home and kind of use this piece of value, and it's kind of like a big piece of money almost, to, you know, build through life.
Well, I always ask everyone that comes celebrating Women's History Month, like, how do you balance, because you're a single mom, so single mom myself, and, you know, thankfully they're a little older now, so, you know, it's always a good thing when they start to grow a little bit. But talk to me about that balance that you make, because I know the demands on being single mom, and, you know, kids are counting on you, but also wanting to grow what you're doing as well. So how do you balance that?
First of all, balance is definitely prayer. I pray a lot because it gets hard. It gets unbalanced at times, and I'm realistic, so I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for everything to kind of mesh. I want my kids to be happy. I want my career to succeed, and I want to be able to do my DEI work at the same time. Okay. And make sure that I'm able to do my DEI work at the same time. So, honestly, most days it's unbalanced. I'm gonna be honest. Some days I go in and I cook dinner and I feel like the best mom. And some days I'm like, look, we're gonna put some pizzas in the oven, and this is what it's gonna be.
Make it do what it do.
So I just go with the flow, and I'm very realistic with myself. I'm very realistic with my children. I try to have open talks with them.
You have a village, though.
That's
good.
Yes,
I got a village, and that's why I'm shouting out the village.
Shout out to the village.
Going through what I just went through these last 4 days with Eli, man, the village is really uplifting. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and you're getting involved in a lot more stuff. You know, getting out there, getting involved in trying to be an advocate, going to the state house, you know, understanding what that's like. So balancing being a parent, kid gets sick, trying to get to the state house to make sure that something doesn't pass that could be detrimental to your children as they get older. You know, that stuff is tough.
It's very, very tough. And that's probably the main reason why I do what I do, though. My kids are my reason. And my daughter, you know, I feel like she's okay. But those two boys, my two black boys, I just want to make sure they never feel discouraged. I want to make sure that they know that even if you don't have a wife, if you don't have a woman, you don't have to be living pillar to post with every girl you meet. You can go buy yourself your own house. You can take care of your own self. You can be a independent, young black man by yourself. And I feel like
I'm independent. I just don't like to cook.
Yeah, tacos
Or spaghetti.
Y'all job is to cook.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, but yeah.
Look.
I mean, because Maxwell, because my oldest is 11, and he will definitely make me breakfast. So he can make me bacon and eggs.
Look, Brittany just gave me. She just smiled and said, "Okay."
I like cooking.
There's some ways that I am too. I appreciate cooking for my man. If I have a man and I can trust you and you're a provider and I can depend on you to do your part, then why not?
You hear that,
I
Madison?
can cook you a meal.
I'm not disagreeing.
But I mean, there has to be a reason why.
Yeah.
I'm not just cooking for you just to be cooking.
I'm not cooking and you're not providing.
Right.
Somebody got to fall in line.
Yeah.
I'm just
Delano.
stop.
Don't get
way
him.
off topic.
I'm just sitting right here in this chair.
Man, hey, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to finish up this interview with Mina Jones, talking about home ownership. So if you got something to say, put it in the put it in the
Chat.
comments in the chat. Thank you. Don't forget, we still got the young entrepreneur Miss Rosie up here selling her Girl Scout cookies. So feel free to send over a Cash App or pull up on me. Pull up and get these cookies. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds.
That's right.
We'll be right back.
The Urban Impact Show is sponsored by Green and Wood Media Services. Green and Wood uses digital media to help businesses, political campaigns, and organizations grow while increasing their community impact. Green and Wood Media is pleased to offer a digital media buying fellowship to train, develop, and mentor young people interested in digital media, politics, and advertising. Learn more at greenandwoodmedia.com.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show, where we were talking to Miss Mina Jones. So just for our viewers, you want to give us your final thoughts on today, and then how they can reach you if they want to reach out to you, if they're looking for a realtor?
Alrighty. My final thoughts on today would be trust yourself. You can do this. As Black people, we can own houses just like anyone else. We can fix our credit. We can have income. There's no financial limits. So don't limit yourself financially. You can do this. I don't care if you're at McDonald's. I'll work with you until you become manager or whatever to get you into a home. And you can find me on Facebook, Mina Jones. My phone number is 515-217-9722. Give me a call. I would love to chat with you. I do Zoom calls. I don't mind grabbing coffee. I do lunches. Whatever is comfortable for you. If it's coming sitting in your house, I will do that to get this thing rolling and going. So thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you.
That was super awesome, man. Really quick.
Sure.
To a young girl right now who's thinking about getting into real estate, right? You had to take a test.
Yes.
You had to do all of this stuff. You had to pass. To a young woman or a young man who looks like you, just real quick, just a couple words to them. Say something to them.
And I'm glad you brought that up because there's not many of us in the industry. And so I would say keep going. And I would also say the real estate industry as a whole doesn't just need realtors. We need inspectors. We need appraisers. We need people in the mortgage loan offices. There's so many places that we can be in this field to actually make a change, so keep going. Don't give up on yourself. I'm going to just be very vulnerable right now. I had to take my test 4 times. And probably that 3rd time, I probably was like, I can't do this again. But when I went in there the 4th time and I passed, I left out of there doing the Will Smith clap off of Pursuit of Happiness. I mean, I was so happy.
Yeah.
And then the ball, I was so happy. Oh my God.
I know in your head.
Y'all remember that clap? Yeah. I mean, because that's just how you.
Yeah, we got the job.
Yeah, he was so, that clap was something. And I did it, and I felt so proud of myself. And the ball just started rolling. So don't give up on yourself. That's going to be the worst thing, is that you didn't do it.
Also, man, taking these tests are hard. I will never forget, I had to take my Series 7, Series 6 exams, my life and health
Those are
insurance
the
exams.
hardest, some of the hardest
Those-
tests to
those-
take.
Those things are difficult. man.
Difficult.
Those things are difficult. And let me tell you, I would pass one section and fail the other section, and then they say you failed the whole test. And I'm like, it was 13 questions out of 70.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man,
Yeah, it's tough.
But because I failed one section, I got a 90 on one section, a 60 on the other. Oh, you failed the whole thing. Wait, what?
Yes, because you have to pass the state and the national.
Yes.
So it was tough, but don't give up. Don't stop. Do it. Do whatever we are in the position as Black people right now that we can be whatever we want to be. And so don't give up on yourself. Whatever your dream is, you can do it. You want to be an astronaut, be an astronaut. You want to be a realtor, be a realtor, but don't give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. That's my spiel right there.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Mina. And I think the words are just don't give up. Just do what you got to do and push through it. Even if you fail, there's no failing. You get back up and you try again. So we thank you so much for being with the Urban Impact Show and talking to us about your job as being a realtor. And also, please make sure that if you are looking for a home or you even just want to start having conversations about what that could look like, make sure to reach out to Mina. We'll make sure to share her contact information on the Urban Impact Show's page as well. So thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be right back with the Urban Impact Show.
Oh, she did that so beautifully. Smooth.
All right now.
The Urban Impact Show is sponsored by Green & Wood Media Services. Green & Wood uses digital media to help businesses, political campaigns, and organizations grow while increasing their community impact. Green & Wood Media is pleased to offer a digital media buying fellowship to train, develop, and mentor young people interested in digital media, politics, and advertising. Learn more at greenandwoodmedia.com.
And welcome back. I really hope that as we sat back and watched Mina talk about these the housing stuff, that like somebody was inspired.
I was very inspired.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I was taking notes.
On what?
Just how to get back to being a homeowner, because we sold homes, condensed houses, moved away. Doing a lot of things on these journeys and like want to get back to owning.
So she inspired you to try to be back into the process. Like I said, we're looking to buy by the end of the year, and so I'm always like, she said that she's going to have some classes. I'm interested in learning whatever I can about the resources that are out there.
Ain't y'all just wow, okay.
It's
How timely was this?
The more
I know. It was really timely.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about because right now I'm renting an apartment, and so I hadn't even really thought about going back through the process, because I'm not gonna lie, the process was
it's a lot.
My friend was stressed out for months going through her process. She bought a home in California. She was so stressed out.
Honestly, I feel like they need to change it.
Yeah, it should not be that stressful.
So when you think about the stress, everything that you're dealing with throughout every single day, and then the thought of a home, it's just too much. It's crippling.
Or getting your hopes up high, then taking it away. Hopes up high, then we need this, we need this, we need this. It's like,
I wonder why people quote unquote go postal, right? And that term even came from what people working inside of the post office, all of them long hours, and then just blowing up. It's crazy. We have a special guest host rocking with us right now.
Yes.
Rosie's mom is what her name is.
Rosie's mom.
That's my best friend. Just want to put that in. I have two best friends. This is one of them.
I just want to put that out there. Rosie, the entrepreneur who's trying to sell these.
Yes, please come get some cookies.
Our engineer Matt is behind the camera eating,
smashing.
I can't wait till I can go eat mine. That's why I was looking at the time like, dang, you got another 30 minutes.
Mine are right here next to me.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
That is too funny. But yeah, man, that process has to change.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that discouraging for people. You know what I mean? Like, it's because when you think about it, it's just like it's overwhelming. So I think some people just shy away. Like, they could be qualified for it, but they don't want to because of the process.
Right, I agree.
Yeah.
She though made it feel like so possible and within reach. Like, she's
like
gonna
tomorrow.
take the stress away.
Like tomorrow. Like, so if I go with you as my realtor, you're gonna take all my stress.
Yeah,
We'll
that
walk
part.
you through the process. I have a cousin who reached out to her probably about a year or so ago, and she's been giving her just these tips on do this, clean this up, do that. And so when she says she'll walk with you, she will walk with you.
I feel this really makes me feel like it sometimes people just know what they're called to.
Yeah.
Right.
It's her spirit. She has like it's like nurturing, but it's like a very confident spirit where it's like, we're gonna do this.
I feel like it would take the shame away that people may have about what needs to be cleaned up. You know, you just want to keep
The
those
credit.
like, yeah.
I don't want nobody to see this credit score.
Yeah, that part.
This is my credit score. I'm telling you right now, I don't have good credit.
Right.
Let me know what I need to do.
It's a little rocky. It's a little rocky. So how can you help me?
So you would want to know you're with someone you can trust.
Yeah.
Right? They ain't gonna put your business out
Yeah,
there.
they're gonna be on Facebook like,
Right.
I met with
Girl.
I met with Brittany today, and she's a long way away from where she needs to be. That is not the right realtor to go with.
That part.
Yeah. Talk about needing a mental health counselor after that.
Right.
Seriously,
Seriously, right?
seriously.
Man,
crazy.
I had reached out to an attorney that I saw did some really good work with the Iowa Supreme Court. Happens to be sorority sisters with Maddie and Brandy here.
Okay.
And we're going to try to get her on at some point just to talk to us about some laws and stuff.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I love about this show that we're trying to encourage people to do is, like, you're not going to hear a lot of this information everywhere.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like, you're not going to hear some of this stuff.
or maybe the truth about it.
Man, and it's not just a 2-minute clip on channel 8, you know. And so it was absolutely crazy. But speaking of being inspiring, Duana, you had some folks you wanted to shout out?
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to the Inspiring Women's Award.
Nice.
They're finalists now, so they were nominees, now they're finalists. Super excited about it. It's going to be May 6th at the Iowa Event Center. But we have some women who have actually been on the show before who are up for awards, and I don't have their categories, but I want to give a shout out to them because they are finalists. They are going through the process now of, you know, getting things like people coming to, you know, videotape you where you've been and all these different things and getting headshots done and all of this stuff. So I want to give a shout out to Brianne Ward, who is up for an award.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that'll be May 6th. And we also have Deshara Bohanna. She is the founder and lead designer of Design Fetish by Deshara.
Nice. Okay.
We have Dr. Kimberly Wayne, who is the founder and chair of Jules Academy.
Awesome.
Here in Des
Good
Moines?
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here in Des Moines. And while I don't do this a lot, but I also am a finalist.
Okay.
You should have
Congratulations.
You should have gave that to me. Maddie should have came up. Maddie should have came up here and did this.
What's it say, Rob? What's it say?
So,
Screenshot.
this is just Duana Bradley, owner of Iowa Urban Media, which is the overarching conglomerate that helps with the Urban Impact Show, controls all of the finances and everything. The CFO.
So our parent of our podcast company.
Yep. Duana holds a bachelor's degree in child and family services from Iowa State University, a master's degree in elementary education and literacy from Drake University. As well as a specialist degree in administration. So, man, that is actually
congratulations. That's awesome. That's an honor.
To all of you
Thank
guys.
some of y'all too, because this is an award. It's the Courageous Award that I'm up for as a finalist. And one day when we have time, I'll share my story. But this whole media thing is not something that I did having any education on doing. Actually started the magazine at a really trying time in our lives. So my kids had lost their father, and it was like a month later, my dad said, let's do a magazine. And I was not in the headspace to really focus on that, especially trying to help them through the tragic loss of their father. But God has been good and has given me vision to kind of push through it, single parent, work through it all, lost everything. Literally left the good paying job with the good insurance to commit to this. Live with my parents, move with them. That was probably the biggest struggle as a 37-year-old to say, I've got to move home. But I also had to walk by faith. And so my faith story was I jumped out the boat. I left Des Moines Public Schools. I was not making any money, no health insurance, no nothing. The only reason I wasn't homeless is because my parents lived here and I had family here. Besides that, I started completely from the bottom, working up, and it's 7 years later, and we're moving.
Yeah. 7
So
years.
I'm the seven. There's something
7
special
years.
about 7 years, but I'm just grateful. Y'all know I don't like to talk about myself too much. I like to stand in the back of the room.
You deserve it though. This is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna work Maddie's thumbs out, man. She gotta buy tickets for the 40 under 40. Now she gotta buy tickets for this. I mean,
Yeah, because we want to all go and support you. So I want to.
Yeah.
Do they have a date?
May 6th is the date at noon at the Iowa Event Center. So
That's a Friday, right?
that is a Friday.
Okay.
Yes, that is a Friday. So make sure you all can come. We're gonna get some extra tables there too to make sure people can be a part of it. But no, it's amazing. And the thing that's really inspiring about this Inspiring Women of Iowa is their groups, their diversity is amazing. I know we talked about 40 under 40 being diverse, but if you go onto their website, it's IowaInspiringWomen.com, I think it is.
Just so y'all know, she's checking with Madison.
I'm checking with Madison as I'm InspiringWomenOfIowa.com.
So don't nobody say nothing about me when I do it.
Hey, I do. I have to. That's why Madison is here to help us out because we need Madison.
Don't nobody say nothing about me when I do it.
Yeah, it's okay, Rob. I'm there too. I was like, Madison, help me out. So check it out. I'm really impressed with how some of these organizations are really .com. Okay, yep, InspiringWomenOfIowa.com. So I'm really impressed how they're looking at people of color and getting them into, making finalists. I mean, it's not like you went through to be nominated, but these women that I've mentioned, they moved on to be finalists. So there's only like 2 or 3 people in their category that they're up against. So I think that's pretty amazing, and just want to give a shout out to them and a shout out to the women who are nominated. We here at the Urban Impact Show are definitely rooting for you.
Yes, definitely.
Man, I feel like it just keeps, what does the song say? The round just goes higher and higher. I feel like we are just surrounded by some amazing women.
Yes.
When it comes to this show, it's such an honor. Even baby Rosie coming up, right? Like, it's such an honor to watch her grow.
Future leaders.
When she was a little bitty, I was like, oh my God, that's my girl. That's my girl, But yeah, it's so amazing to even watch, Madison behind the scenes, making it happen, doing big things, in her career. We got LaWanna, we got you, Brittany, Dawn, we got Brandy. We've had people like Deidre on this show. And I just got to shout her out real quick for becoming the first African American woman
That's awesome.
in the state of Iowa.
Congratulations.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. That's huge.
Running for governor.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking about just running to run. We talking about
running to win.
The most powerful office
and it's crazy to see like how engaging our community is behind her. I was looking at a post, and I think a young man had shared her picture when she had went to the barber school, and she had went there. He had shared her picture, and he's like, "This is our new governor." Like, he was owning it. He was claiming it. And I was like, that is because he's the person who commented. I'm like, I would never think that he would be into that, but that was awesome. Like, so she already has that support. Obviously, we have to continue to grow that, but it was just awesome to see. Like, he's like our governor.
I posted a picture of Eli and Deidre.
I seen that.
And Eli's face, he had this look of like, I'm not here to play around.
Period.
Yeah, he wasn't. I was like, what was that?
I can't wait until he gets older. I can't wait till he gets older and he realizes how great his villages and his village of people. He's gonna be like, Dad, like, I was exposed. I was exposed to a governor.
Even that one,
you have to keep these pictures so you can be like, this is when Auntie Deidre was running for governor. This is when,
it's so crazy because even when she was reaching for him, he was like, oh, come on, pick me up.
By jumping her arms.
Y'all know he's such a people person at such a small age.
I wonder where he gets that from.
How could he not be?
And as I was saying, and so even watching the memes come out of that, like even Lana Ingram had posted this meme of the picture of Deidre and Eli, and it said, "So if I vote for her, I get all the snacks." I get all the snacks. She's gonna give me all the snacks. It was just so funny, and to see her in this moment. Y'all got to know, I've been knowing Deidre since 2006, right? And we've been really close friends since then, right? And I mean, when you have a friend that is this close to you running for governor, you know, or even running for school board or in competition for anything, man, you got to be careful, you know. And so to our community, let's all rally together. You know, let's all do what we got to do together. And if you look at the numbers, she's in striking distance.
Yeah, absolutely.
She is.
Like for it to be March.
When you posted that, I was like, God, that's
amazing.
like it's possible.
Yeah, when she's in March.
Yeah.
We're not talking about October.
I know.
No, now.
Right, we talking about right now. This girl is statistically, y'all, educated.
Yes, I know. She is.
You know, statistically speaking, she's only a few points behind.
Yeah.
We have to get her there.
And it's important though, not
As a
just
community.
for our community, it's the entire state. So I thought about this because I love politics. Brandy knows. Like I'm a politics person. Like I can she'll call me and be like, yeah, so what's going on? And I just be like,
what does this mean?
This is everything.
Yeah, I did that. Remember when we rode together and I asked her and she was
Break
like,
it out.
she split it out like that.
I love it. So I was talking to someone last night and I said, what we really need to do is rally behind the people of color in this state. If every single person of color in this state went out and voted for Deidre, like she wins. Like she wins.
And remember, you said something about our farmers community.
Yeah,
if you want to tell them that.
And the beautiful thing about her, and I bring this up, and so shout out to Deidre. I've said this to her personally, so I can say this publicly. But I talked about that farmer thing, that having that connection, because she has that connection with farmers, to be able to go out there and talk to them. Because for me, the race for her is rural Iowa.
She can talk the language.
And that's what's important. Because
I ain't milked no cow or till no soil.
Yeah, I ain't done none of that. And better tell you what,
I milked a cow before.
No, I be in a farm, I be in trouble.
Well, and the only reason why I said that is because me being from California, and I remember I was at the state fair and we were doing something, because I'm a city girl. I'd never even seen a cow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm from California, so I was like, what? You can so I didn't even know how that happened.
Speaking of business,
okay, go ahead.
No.
So we're gonna come back to Deidre, but the cow thing. So born and raised in Iowa, but no farm life, right?
Yeah.
But when I lived in West Virginia, they're like, oh, so you milk cows?
Right.
And I'm like, do you milk cows?
Right.
Like, I was so offended. I actually didn't milk a cow until I studied abroad while we were at Iowa State in Costa Rica, because I had stayed with the farmer.
You know,
and I was not successful though.
Being a city boy coming from Chicago, getting here, when I saw driving, this is before they developed Johnston the way that it is.
Yes.
I was driving down and I saw sheep.
You're like, where am I at?
Cows. And at one point, I thought I saw a wolf in a bear. I said, "Oh Lord, where?
Lions, tigers, and bears."
When I posted that picture of milking the cow, my friends in California were like, "What are you doing?"
And
like, why? Well, they always would say, "Why are you moving to Iowa? Why did you move to?" Or they would call it Idaho. They didn't know. They would
all the time.
And I remember, going into college, but getting recruited. I got recruited by Iowa and Iowa State, and I wouldn't take a recruiting trip here. I'm like, who lives in Iowa? And then 4 years later, I moved to Iowa.
Hilarious.
It was like I was destined maybe to be here.
And then we met at church.
Yeah.
We did.
Elvis.
Oh yeah, we all did. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I met
because you guys had when I moved to Texas and I had moved back. You guys would start coming to Elpis.
Yep. But I met you in the community.
Yes.
When we were doing some work, and we were doing some work in the community is when I met Brandy. Her mom is phenomenal.
Yes.
I love your mom.
By the way, I need her to come.
Yes, because this actually is her 10th year cancer free. So March 30th is her 10th year anniversary.
Praise God.
Yeah.
She's available for nannying.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Yes. I'm gonna have to call Mother Vicky.
Yes, do that.
Y'all don't call her first. As a matter of fact, go ahead, call her, because I'm gonna still call her, and she's gonna tell y'all no.
Because she's waiting for Rob.
She's waiting for Rob. She is waiting.
Because Eli need a church mother. he need a church mother. Because let me tell you, these last few days, and I don't know all of y'all are parents, and this is obviously my first time going through this, but I don't know about y'all, but I was scared out my like I honestly like shut down. Like I wasn't answering my phone, I wasn't responding. And even if you notice, I'm usually pretty active on Facebook. And,
the only post you made was explaining what was going on with them. I think.
And that was it.
Yeah,
and that was on
usually
my
you're up at like 6 a.m. posting
stuff. You know, I'm active.
Responding to text.
I wasn't.
No.
I told Rob that because I think that like, and you guys both have more than one child. The first kid, you're like, oh my God, go in the emergency room every time something happens. They're cough wrong. The second kid, you're like, all right, you know, I got this. Like, you'll be okay. We're gonna get through this. Like Richie, my youngest, had that a few times. I just made him sleep with me and made sure I monitor him, but it wasn't like a go to the emergency room thing every single time. Now with Miguel, like they knew my name. You know, I'm calling his doctor, and they're like, everybody knew me.
They know.
He was like the baby Elias.
Robin Elias.
Robin Elias.
He has to have a personal suite.
As soon as we walk in, Robin Elias.
Oh, they're like, you better answer the phone because he's gonna keep calling.
But yeah, some of the worrying does go away, and then.
Can I tell you? So I literally have slept with him like right here.
See, now you spoiling him more.
I can't.
So now he really ain't gonna get out your arms.
I can't help it. I can't.
So you know what? Take that back. Nobody's gonna be watching your baby but you. Her mom is not gonna watch your baby.
We'll do a trial run.
Mama,
she gonna call you like the daycare. She gonna call you like the daycare. Like, you gotta come pick him up.
Right? Okay.
And if he cries, she gonna be right there.
Yeah, she's in. She's in.
Yeah. So
I'll let you down.
I know we've come to the end. I want to start with Brandy with giving some final thoughts. We'll go to Brittany, Dewana, and then myself. Just kind of your final thoughts. We're coming. Let's see. Next week is the close of Women's History Month and stuff like that. We're getting ready to close out this show. We're almost done with the month of March.
Yeah.
Wow, 2022.
And we're crazy. So, Brandy, we'll kick it off with you. Final thoughts.
So, final thoughts is we're coming to the close of Women's History Month, and again, I think it's amazing. Praise God that my mom, you know, the end of this month, 10 years cancer free. And I think it's important that we continue to share those stories. And I know, like, my mom for one, and also you know, you guys like to stay in the background and work in the background, but your guys' stories matter and they're so important and they inspire. Just to hear about entrepreneurs and how they get over their self-doubts, that pours into all of us, right? And I think sometimes we're afraid to let someone in to know, like, I'm struggling in this area, but that could be the exact moment where everything's turned around just because you decided to trust somebody and to open up. But I think the storytelling in our community needs to increase, you know, so we can continue to bring each other up. Just, you know, give accolades to each other. I think it's important. I think that the narrative and changing the narrative, the counter narratives of what's been possible, what can continue to be possible, it is so vital for us and for, you know, the young girls coming up behind us.
Yeah, I think that after today's episode, like I talked before, we are starting the steps of buying a home, but I think she was really inspiring and, you know, just continuing to talk about her journey and some of her clients' journeys, and just makes me further believe that it is possible. You know, I know that I might be stressed, or I know, you know, through the process, or I might hear a no, some doors might close in my face, but I'm never going to give up because I want to show my children that home ownership is possible for us.
And it should be the norm. Right?
Yeah, it should be. I love this whole month, like the whole highlighting women. We don't do that enough, you know, for each other to encourage one another. And
we don't give each other flowers the way that we should.
We don't, and it's just funny, you know. Sometimes, you know, people will say that, oh, women are divided, women are this. No, like, women are amazing, and we've got some women in our community who are doing amazing things, which is why this month was important to make sure, you know, that we highlight them, especially our Black women.
Absolutely.
Like, very rarely are we uplifting Black women who carry such a heavy load, you know, from being mothers to caretakers to, you know, those
politicians.
Politicians and, you know, entrepreneurs and all of these different things, or just even working 9 to 5s. I mean, we carry so much, and we carry the burdens of others because it's what we do, and many of us do it in such a way that is so quiet that no one even knows what we're going through. So it's important to uplift each other. It's important to be there just to listen to one another so that we can pour into one another. So I was super excited for Mina. I love watching her, and my heart beats for single parents. It just does. I've always been a single parent. It's what I've known, and I just know when you push, you know, you can make it happen. And so I just love watching her in her space and in her element of like, she's not giving up and she's not going anywhere. I mean, 4 times failing the test, and she could have easily after time 1 said, you know what, forget this, me and my kids, we moving on. But I love to see her faith and her resilience to make sure that she's going to do it. And I love the fact that, you know what, she's going to do it for us.
That's what we need.
She's the person that I would tell, here's everything I have. I would feel comfortable with it because I genuinely could feel that she's for me. So super excited for this month, looking forward to next week.
Shout out to Dewana and her award.
Absolutely.
Being a finalist May 6th. Shout out to all of our 40 under 40 young women. It is an amazing opportunity and an honorable one to sit in this seat and be surrounded by such amazing and awesome women every day. I watched a mom with 2 boys in the hospital, one being my very own son, go back and forth to rooms due to COVID precautions and all of this. Didn't break down one time. Right, and I was freaking out just you know, watching it. Right, and I'm going to both rooms too. Like, wait a minute,
what do I do? Where do you want me at?
I'm ready to slap the doctor. You know, they're not figuring it out fast enough. But not one time did she break down. And so, you know, I watched this mother do that, and it made me think of my mom. You know, having 3 children. Who knows what she went through? Because I was really something else. Wow.
Come through. Thank you.
We're gonna go ahead on and end on that note. But in all seriousness, we love y'all for watching this show, and thank you for the continued support. You all don't have to watch this, but you do.
Thank you.
Because of that, we are eternally grateful. So please remember this as you leave today. You are loved, you are valued, and you are important. We'll see you next week on the Urban Impact Show.
Have a good night.
Yeah.